right, hello again. We're talking crystals today. I guess I'm going to talk about some of my favorite ones, some of the first ones I had. One of the first crystals that I got was rose quartz. Like I said earlier, or in, the previous video that I made, I started using crystals for self-development, and rose quartz was one of the first that I picked up. It wasn't just self-development, it was heartbreak. You're gonna be honest. You're gonna be honest about it. Going through some heartbreak. And I thought rose quartz would help. And honestly, I think it did. It might have took a while. Maybe I was resistant, I'm not sure, but it helped. It helped. So the thing about crystals is sometimes it takes a minute to even start working. Like as soon as you pick one up, it's not just gonna no. If that's what you're thinking, you might want to use something else. It doesn't work like that. It's not instant gratification. It takes some time. I think it's because it takes the crystal sometimes, it has to get acclimated to you. So at first it was either, it was in earth, it was made in earth, just sitting there chilling. Somebody mined it, polished it, if yours is polished, or, it had to be mined. It had to be altered. It had to be taken from where it was originally. And it has to get used to its new environment. It has to get used to you. And it has to I feel like it has to raise you to where it's at, And I feel like that takes time with different crystals and different things you're working with and your mindset. And I think there's a lot of factors that goes into that. But yeah, rose quartz, I think she was one of my first. I really can't remember the exact first, but rose quartz, I think she was the one that made me dive in. I even had a rose quartz yoni egg. I still have quite a few pieces of rose quartz actually. It's one of my favorite, and it was before I even liked the color pink. I just like to look at it. I don't know, it's a healing, calming stone. She's that girl. She's one of the most popular ones, and I really see why. It makes sense. Not only is it associated with love, but it's also associated with healing. So, and she's pink, come on. What's not to love? Anyway, other one that I had started working with was black tourmaline. And black tourmaline is good for grounding. It's good for root chakra work. And it is also good for, it absorbs toxicity and all that good stuff. I have a story for that. I had a piece of tourmaline that I had been working with years. And I would usually always carry it in my pocket, or my bra, so that I could keep it on my person so that it could just absorb, the nasty juju wherever I went. Definitely tried to carry them at work, because workplaces, workplaces can get real toxic, so that's why. And this one particular place I worked at, mind you, I said I had it for years, and one day I dropped it. It just dropped. I don't know if it was in my bra or not. I can't remember. I think it was in my pocket, and it dropped. It broke. Mind you, I've had it for years, so you get the dropsies sometimes. So I have dropped it. I dropped it several times before that. But when it broke, when I dropped it in that workplace, it broke. And I was like, oh, this place is toxic as this place was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was kind of in disbelief, because I said, I had it for years. That thing rocked with me for years. and it had finally broke. I threw it in a stream to return it back to the earth. But yeah, she broke. So to give more context, most people say if a crystal breaks, its work is done. Like she's kaput. Like she's out of there. Most people say either bury it, put it in a body of water, you know, stuff like that. Just return it to the earth so it can, I guess, recycle or, you know, do something somewhere else. She broke. They also say a crystal's done with you if you lose it too. And I have a story for that. I would always try to work with Moonstone because I wanted to enhance my femininity, because that's part of what Moonstone is used for, to be the reproductive organs of the woman body. And it's in the name, Moon. The moon is, she's the feminine girl. And I think I bought Moonstone quite a few times. I think at least 3. Each time I lost it. Each time. And I'm like, well, damn. I just wanted to, you know, be more feminine. But that girl was like, no, girl. No. Back then. This was years ago. I have one now. I think I made it in the last, what was it? I made a piece with it in the last, I think it was like 4 years ago. 3, 4. I still have her. So maybe she's working with me now, I guess. I don't know if I lost another one. So I also have bought moldavite. If you know, you know. So moldavite is it's a little piece, well, not a little, well, yeah, most of them are little, because if you want a big piece of moldavite, you paying some coin. And I don't even know if they really are big, substantially big pieces of it. I'm not sure, don't quote me. But my piece was pretty tiny, it was little. And that is a stone that is associated with, let's say, rapid change. Like if you trying to get yourself right with anything, you use moldavite. But that shit is aggressive. So like I said, certain crystals take, you know, certain times to get you to, you know, come to its level. I want to say moldavite might be one of the fastest ones, because a lot of people have crazy stories about when they buy moldavite. Like, if you look it up on TikTok, look it up on TikTok. And come back. And then you'll know. Aggressive. It's aggressive. So like if anything, say you set a goal, I feel like if anything is in the way of that goal, that moldavite is going to push that shit out the way fast and aggressively. Like it's gonna snatch your edges. Your edges will be snatched. Don't say I did not warn you. Because a lot of people be trying to work with that shit and be like, yeah, we gonna be good. We straight, we Gucci. I warned you, okay? All right. So where she is, I think she's done with me. Because I've had that piece. I had that piece for years too. And I would carry it with me. But I don't know where it is now. Like I'm trying to think to see like where it is, and I don't know. I don't know where she went. Or maybe she was done with me, honey, because never mind. Anyway. Yeah. She's heavy. She's heavy. Them things on TikTok are for a reason. Like a lot of people warn people about moldavite for a specific reason. And me trying to be the personal development, like, yeah, I'm ready. Just be careful. Anyway, see, I'm trying to think of another one I've worked with. So here it's clear quartz. Clear quartz is an amplifier, so it amplifies whatever you put it next to. It's kind of like a microphone, megaphone. Sends out more of the frequency. You get more, you know. This is carnelian. So I got carnelian so that I could work on my self-confidence, being more secure in myself. It's associated with the solar plexus and the sacral chakras. So that's why I wanted to work with this. And the last one here is aquamarine, and it's associated with the throat chakra, communication. And like I said, I have anxiety. A lot of the times I feel like I don't know the right words to say, so I don't say nothing. That sounds crazy, but I really think that's probably what it is. And like I said, I have, you know, social anxiety. So not knowing the right things to say is, it makes the social anxiety even worse, you know? But yeah, those are these. I have worked with obsidian. Obsidian it's like a reflector. I'm trying to get it out. It's like a shield, and it's associated with the root chakra. So it has a grounding effect, but I think because of its like glassy, reflective nature, it's like a reflector. So like tourmaline is, you could get polished tourmaline, but there's still like, how do I say, it's still, you still feel like it absorbs, you know? It's not as shiny, and in its raw state it's pretty matte, so it absorbs. So obsidian is kind of like, it's the same thing, but it reflects, you know, the bad juju, the stuff you don't want. But yeah, most black stones are, you know, they're good for your root chakra, and they're good for transmuting. Yeah, transmuting the bad juju. I'm trying to think of more stones I've worked with. Oh, I have not said amethyst. Amethyst is my girl. It's my girl. Amethyst is, most people use it for anxiety. Like I said, I have social anxiety. So I went to work with amethyst. And not even just social anxiety, I'm an anxious person. I'm an anxious person. Goodness. Whew. I may hide it well, and maybe it's because I have RBF. Maybe that's what it is. But yeah, I have high anxiety a lot. Like a lot of things make me anxious. Just driving makes me anxious. Talking to people makes me anxious. So I'm usually, if I'm in a social setting, I'm not the person that's gonna go up and talk to people. Don't like public speaking. Me speaking in front of this camera is a little hard right now. And I'm saying all these things like I don't be on live. I haven't been on live. Like I've been on live. I've streamed on Twitch. But honestly, I guess maybe it's because I was by myself. Maybe that contributed to why I was able to do it. But yeah, I mean, and then I'll talk to you if you talk to me, and especially if it's something I'm interested in. That might be autism. I still gotta get tested for that, but that's another topic for another day. But if it's something I'm interested in, I'll gladly talk to you about it. No problem. Typical, like, I guess run-of-the-mill conversations, they're a little difficult for me. Yeah. So that's why I work with amethyst. I love amethyst, and I just love the way it looks, and I love the color of it. Like it's so pretty to me. I don't know. She just has an appeal. She's that girl. I would work with amethyst a lot due to the anxiety, you know, to try to calm that. And I feel like it's getting better, because I think at first it was pretty bad. I mean, I'm still working on it. I'm still a work in progress. Not saying I want to be, I am where I want to be, but I feel like it has gotten me. So maybe I'm like about here with it. Not here, but about here. Because I don't think I've ever lost or broke any amethyst yet. So she's still working with me. She's still working with me. Let me see, what else have I worked with? I'm trying to think. Selenite. So selenite, I don't typically, like, people don't typically wear it. Like on the mold scale. So the mold scale is the hardness of the gem. Selenite is kind of like, I don't know the numbers right now, and I kind of don't feel like looking it up. Please bear with me, please, please. Okay, so here we go. Diamond is pretty much up there on the scale because it's one of the hardest, if not the hardest, one of the hardest gems. I mean, they use diamond to cut shit. She's that girl. She's resistant. Selenite is pretty low. It's on the lower side of the scale. It can flake and break off pretty easily. So you typically don't see selenite in a jewelry application. You wouldn't have no more of it. But selenite is known. I think I have a piece of it. So selenite, she looks like this. Look at that, she's that girl. And it's known for its cleansing properties. So a lot of people will use selenite to cleanse their crystals. And that probably shouldn't have me segue into cleansing crystals. Me, I guess I'm a lazy girl. I mean, when I first had them, please, no tomatoes, no tomatoes. A lot of people will cleanse them. But I will say I typically cleanse them when I first get them. Okay, so don't shoot me. Cleansing is done in several different ways. So you can either just run them under water, because water is a cleansing agent. Smudging, so like sage, palo santo, incense, with smoke. Burying them, and that's also another way to charge them as well. The earth is the dirt, and the crystals came from the earth, and the reason you have to cleanse them, like when you first get them, is because like I said, they've been mined, and then they've been in several different hands. They've been in several different places before they even get to you, before you even are able to purchase them. So while in transit, they can pick up on all kind of energies and things of that nature, or even just physically be dirty, A lot of people cleanse them. And then a lot of people charge them. And when I first got them, I used to charge them. I used to put them out in certain phases of the moon, charge them up. But the more I work with them, the more I feel like I don't need to. I mean, to each their own. You do what resonates with you, but I feel like I don't have to. I don't know. I guess my reasoning is it's something that came from the earth. So like, it's just how to explain it. I just feel like I don't have to charge them anymore. Maybe one day I'll feel like I'll have to, but right now I don't. It's just, I don't feel like I have to. I'm trying to see what else I want to talk about when it comes to crystals. Maybe some crystals I want to work with. I like anything iridescent. Oh, I forgot I had an opal. I had a little piece. She was real tiny. I had always wanted to put it in something, but I never got the chance. I would keep it in this little, it was a little container that it came in. It was so pretty. Like, opal is like, oh my God. And she is very expensive. Opal's up there. So that's why my piece was so, itty weeny. Skinny. She was tiny. And I lost her. I don't know where she is. I have the container, but not the opal. So I guess she was done with me too, honey. She was done with me too. Try to put it in a piece. Maybe a piece for me and a piece to sell. Because opal it's very pretty. Opal. What are the properties of opal? Like, I low-key just got opal because she's pretty. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was just aesthetic. I wasn't trying to do no self-development. I'm not gonna lie, gotta be honest. She was just pretty. But let me look it up for you. I have a book here. 268. Let's see. We're gonna find out together. Opal. Opals are found in many different colors and can be matched to the chakra to which they correspond. For example, red to root, blue to the throat. Generally, and crystal healing, opals are seen as emotionally supportive, stabilizing mood swings, and helping to increase trust in one's feelings. So that's why I had opal. Okay, because I needed those things. I still do, low-key. I want to say choosing crystals doesn't always have to be about the development either. You can just like what it looks like. And down the line, you find out what it's used for and it's something you needed. Shit just works out like that sometimes. It's crazy. It's literally for how she looks like. Choosing a crystal, I feel like it doesn't have to be rocket science. It could literally be just a crystal you like looking at. Like, I feel like you shouldn't have to take it that serious. If you like the look of it, there's probably a reason why you like the way it looks. And you probably should just get it. I mean, later on, or, you know, when you see it and find out what it is, you can go ahead and look at the properties. But more than likely, it's probably going to be something that you want to work on anyway. Or it's just something you want to have a cool piece that you could look at. Me, I'm an aesthetic driven person. So I like things most of the time for how they look. So sometimes I get things just off the aesthetic. And then you can just always look up or get books. Find a reputable source to give you the properties of the crystals to see what you want to work on. I mean, I think that's what I did initially with a few, you know, like I said, rose quartz and the amethyst and, you know, the black tourmaline. Get them for the things that you're trying to work on, the things that you're trying to prevent or, you know, get rid of, or, you know, whatever it is. It's your world. You know what I'm saying? I will say you will have to research if you're trying to keep them on your person, because there are a few that are toxic. I do not know them off the top of my head, but please do your research. Please do your research, because there are certain crystals that, you know, that look nice, have a nice aesthetic, but they're toxic and you shouldn't carry them or really touch them that much. You know, things of that nature. So yeah, just do your research. I mean, you could like how it looked, but yeah, I guess you should. I'm contradicting myself, but it's okay. Your research. So if it's a crystal you really like how it looks, do some research before you really delve into it. Now with me, with opal, I guess I got lucky because opal is used in jewelry all the time. Like, since the dawn of time, there are so many old, thousands of years old jewelry pieces that have opal in them. So people have been rocking with opal for a very long time and been putting them in jewels, and people even have them in grills. So it's a pretty safe stone, I guess, to really work with. Hey, what else do I want to touch on? I guess that's it for right now. I'm gonna have quite a bit of editing to do, because I don't know how many times I said in this video. You're probably not gonna see it because I'm gonna edit it out, but I'm sure it's quite a bit. Toodles, I guess. Until the next time.